Hey, Frank Murphy here, and boy have I lucked out. I'm at Gettysvue Country Club with Chef Robert McCulloch, who is one of the chefs competing in the Signature Chefs Auction to benefit March of Dimes, Sunday, November 5th at the Knoxville Convention Center. Tickets at signatureschefs.org/Knoxville. Actually, you're two of the chefs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because you are doing two booths at March of Dimes. That's really huge. And you've been involved many years, right?
Yeah, so the last 3 years I've been doing baking and pastry for Cherokee Country Club, and I won for my red velvet cheesecake last year. So I had to stick with the sweet side of it. But now that I'm here at Gettysvue, I'd like to also do a savory item to show off some of my low country skills, and I'm going to do a nice savory dish that everybody should recognize from the low country.
Yeah, now you don't want to tell too much because the other chefs will be watching these videos, I promise you.
Yeah, I don't want to give anything away.
Right, exactly. And of course you can watch theirs, but I'll tell you, they don't give anything away either. But we're here in the kitchen at Gettysvue, and obviously we've got some of the pastry stuff set up, which you're known for, Robert McCulloch. Describe for me, and these are some of the basic ingredients and chocolates that we have over here, but on this plate, these are some recent pastries you've made and truffles you've made and strawberries.
Yeah, so we use the dark chocolate, the 55% Noel, which is a really high-end chocolate. It makes for a very good dessert. We have a cocoa truffle here. This is like a traditional French truffle that looks like the truffle that just came out of the earth. That's where the name truffle comes from.
Oh, okay.
Then we have some chocolate-covered strawberries. I did a seasonal pumpkin truffles here.
Yes.
It's got some cream cheese.
And these are nicely decorated to look like pumpkins.
Yeah, just a little whimsical, fall time, pumpkin spice everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then also use the chocolate to make a chocolate ganache, which is just a really smooth, creamy chocolates on top of a pecan crust with some raspberries. And this is how we would plate it up.
I can take all the ganache with me. Right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
We have, how we like to plate, nice decorations here at the club.
So what I'm seeing the difference here is when you're serving at Gettysvue Country Club, it would be obviously a full-size dessert on a plate. But when we're at Signature Chef's Auction, there's so many different options. We do like 1 or 2 bite servings so that you can get a taste. And people might come back for a second, but for the most part, it's to get one perfect bite.
There's always at least a dozen or more chefs, and they're all doing at least 1 or 2 items at every table, so there's a lot of food there. So if we all did big entree portions, everybody would have to roll out of there.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
it's good because you'll get to taste a lot of different chefs. So
well, there's some movie that my wife watches, I don't know if it's Barbara Streisand or whoever the actress is, who likes to talk about the perfect bite, where she piles everything on the fork. But that's what you guys have created, not only in the dessert world, but in the savory world. You put it all just so on that one bite.
Exactly. You try to pair all the flavors together.
Now, I didn't realize, it makes sense that the truffle has that earthen look to it. So it's got, I can see the moist chocolate, but also the chocolate powder on the outside.
Yeah.
And that's this cocoa powder here.
Yeah, so cocoa powder is the pure cocoa butter. It's processed with alkali and turns into that powder. So it's really like the essence of chocolate. It's almost bitter in the flavor. It's not sweet like most of the chocolates you would normally taste.
Let's move over here. You've got a few truffles.
I'm going to show you how we dip it. We'll put some gloves on here.
The last time I did this, I was with Dr. Bass. That's when I put gloves on.
Oh, yes.
And we were at the body farm at the forensic lab. So just so you know, you're in good company.
Yeah, different kind of experience here. So we'll take the fork. You take your gloved hand and you drop your truffle down in the chocolate, and then you're basically just kind of rolling it around until you get a nice coat. And then the important part here is you want to wipe it a couple of times to get all that excess chocolate.
All right.
There, and that way you get a nice round.
Okay. So just take the gloved hand, drop it in like you said.
Yes, sir.
Use the fork to give it a roll. Not in the hay, but in the sauce.
Yeah.
Now, of course, in my world, I would want more chocolate, not less. But
you want a nice, thin, crispy shell. If it gets too thick, sometimes it's hard to bite into. There we lost one. It's okay. Yeah. Now you're gonna have that thick chocolate that you were looking for.
Oh yeah. Let me put a little more on there.
Okay.
All right. So now.
There you go. Now give it that wipe.
Does it look like I had made fork prints on it somehow?
Yeah, it will imprint on there because the chocolate's cold. It sets up pretty quick. So there we go.
All right.
So, and then I'll show you the little chef trick in case you have any little fork prints or.
Now, if I were at home, I would lick this, but because we're at Gettysvue, I will not.
So we take the white chocolate and just put it on the end of the fork like that. You kind of load up a little bit there.
Here I am expecting, you know, big high-end, you know, culinary equipment, and it's a fork.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the simple stuff, and then you just.
I have all of these things at home. I've got little ramekins, and I've got.
Exactly.
And that's
so
gorgeous.
Yeah, and then you set it in the refrigerator and let it set up for just, you know, maybe 20 minutes so it gets a nice crisp, hard shell on the outside and it's ready to serve.
Outstanding. Well, you can get great pastries like this at the Signature Chefs Auction, November 5th, Knoxville Convention Center, signatureschefs.org/Knoxville. Robert McCulloch has participated for several years because the cause is to help babies. Obviously, the research that March of Dimes does helps premature babies survive even earlier and earlier. I think they're up to like 20-some weeks now. They're able to survive. But also, the mission of March of Dimes is to help pregnant moms carry their babies to full term. And that's great too, through nutrition, through education, and all the other wonderful things that March of Dimes does. And this is an event, you know, all over the country. The Signature Chefs Auction is a nationwide famous fundraiser for March of Dimes, and it's thanks to the donation of guys like you, your time, your talent, and not to mention the money. You know, Gettysvue will spend money to provide this food.
Provide the product. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Gettysvue is happy to do it. We're very important to us to be involved in the community and to help out an organization like March of Dimes. You know, Gettysvue is different from a lot of country clubs because it's a member invitation. You know, so everybody here is friends and family of each other. So that's a you know, an aspect of the club that really lends us to help out in the community and be a big family.
Excellent. Well, Sunday, November 5th is going to be a fantastic night. I hope you'll join us at the March of Dimes Signature Chefs Auction, because in addition to tasting fabulous food and fabulous desserts, you can bid on one-of-a-kind auction items that the chefs donate. Maybe get a private dinner or whatever. It depends on what you guys are doing.
And some golf, a round of golf from here.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So beautiful course out there. It would be a great auction item to win for sure.
Absolutely. November 5th, and the website again, signatureschefs.org/Knoxville. Buy your tickets now and don't miss out. This is going to be a wonderful event. I feel like I should keep the gloves on, but I realize that would just be bad. You know, I mean, I hate to waste them, but
it's cold enough outside.
Yeah, but I do want to shake your hand.
Yeah, very nice. Thanks for coming down.
You're very welcome. Chef Robert McCulloch. You'll find him at Gettysvue Country Club. Thanks for watching. Check out all of the videos on our Classic Hits 93.1 Facebook page, and we'll see you at the Signature Chefs Auction. I'm Frank Murphy for 93.1 WNOX.